Hi, Vivie and family. Grammy's back again, and this time I'm going to read from a book that your daddy had when he was little. And you have another version of this book at home, but this is called The Travels of Babar. It's a very big book, so I'm going to go in the shadow. Babar, the young king of the elephants, and his wife, Queen Celeste, have just left for their wedding trip in a balloon. Here they are. Here's Babar. Here's his wife, Queen Celeste, and here's the balloon with its basket they're traveling in. Goodbye, see you soon, cry the elephants as they watch the balloon rise and drift away. Arthur, Babar's little cousin, still waves his beret. Old Cornelius, who is chief over all the elephants when the king is away, anxiously sighs. I do hope they won't have any accidents. And here's the picture that goes with this. Here we've got Babar and Celeste, and the balloon is over here. It's going away. Here is Arthur, and he's waving his beret. A beret is a kind of hat. And here's Cornelius, who also has a hat on, who's in charge while the king's away. Look at those elephants waving goodbye. The country of the elephants is now far away. The balloon glides noiselessly in the sky. Babar and Celeste admire the landscape below. What a beautiful journey. The air is balmy. The wind is gentle. There's the ocean, the big blue ocean. There's the big blue ocean with some boats. Here they are up in their balloon. And here's all the beautiful, beautiful landscape they're going over. Blown out over the sea by the wind, the balloon is suddenly caught by a violent storm. Babar and Celeste tremble with fear and cling with all their might to the basket of the balloon. Here they are, the storm at sea, and they're being blown around, blown around. By extraordinary good fortune, just as the balloon was about to fall into the sea, a final puff of wind blows it on an island, where it flattens out and collapses. You aren't hurt, Celeste, are you? Babar inquires anxiously. No? Well then, look, we are saved. And here they are with the collapsed balloon, washed up on this shore, which they were lucky enough to fall onto, instead of falling down in the ocean. Leaving the wrecked balloon on the beach, Babar and Celeste pick up their belongings and go off to seek shelter. They take off their clothes after having found a quiet spot. Celeste hangs the clothes on a line to dry, while Babar lights a good fire and prepares breakfast. Gotta tell you, it's a good thing they brought enough things to make breakfast out of. Also that they brought a line to hang their clothes on and a pot. That's a well-prepared couple going on their honeymoon. So there she is, and there Babar is. Here's Celeste hanging up the clothes, and here's Babar making breakfast. Babar and Celeste settle themselves comfortably. They have set up their tent, and sitting on some large stones, they eat with relish an excellent rice broth, well sweetened and cooked to perfection. We are not so badly off on this island, says Babar. So here they are with their tent, having their breakfast. And I have to say, they must have planned to go camping on this honeymoon, because otherwise, why would they have a tent with them? So they were they're not in bad shape, just like Babar says. After breakfast, while Babar explores the surrounding country, Celeste, left alone, has fallen sound asleep. Just then, the inhabitants of the island, fierce and savage cannibals, suddenly discover her. "What kind of strange beast is this?" they say to each other. "We have never seen anything like it. Its meat must be very tender. Let's creep up quietly and catch it while it sleeps." So here they are. Here's Celeste asleep, and there are the people who live on that island coming to capture her. The cannibals have succeeded in tying up Celeste with the clothesline on which the clothes were drying. Some dance with joy, while others have great fun trying on the stolen garments. Celeste sighs sadly, and she thinks soon she will be eaten. She does not yet see Babar, who returns just in time to save her. So here they are. Celeste is all tied up. They're dancing around her. They're trying on those big, big elephant clothes. And there's Babar. Oh, no, there's Babar. Looking down, trying to figure out how to save her. In the twinkling of an eye, Babar has unbound Celeste. They both hurl themselves on the cannibals. Some are wounded, others take flight. All are terrified. Only a few courageous ones still resist, but they are thinking, these big animals are certainly terribly strong, and their hides are mighty tough. So their hides means their skin, which means that even when they try and get them, their skin is so tough that those spears can't go in. Some are running away, some are trying to fight. After having chased off the savages, Babar and Celeste rest themselves on the seashore. Suddenly, right in front of them, a whale comes to the surface and spouts. Babar gets up immediately and says, "Good morning, Mrs. Whale. I am Babar, king of the elephants, and here is my wife Celeste. We have had a balloon accident and have fallen here on this island. Could you help us get away?" Here they are. They were resting themselves, and there's Mrs. Whale, who Babar saw and said, "Can you help us get away?" "I am delighted to make your acquaintance," answers the whale, "and I will be very happy if I can be of service to you. I am just leaving to visit my family in the Arctic Ocean. I will drop you wherever you like. Quick, get on my back and hold tightly so you don't slip off. Are you ready? Get set. Let's go." And there's Babar and Celeste on that whale. Whales are big, big animals, but elephants are big animals too. So there they are. A few days later, a little weary, they are resting on a reef. Just then, a school of little fish swam by. "I'm going to eat up some of these," said the whale. "I'll be back in a minute." And she dives down after them. The whale has not come back. While eating the little fish, she completely forgot about her new friends. She's a giddy, thoughtless creature. "We were better off on that cannibal island. What will become of us now?" weeps poor Celeste. And Babar does his best to comfort her. Look at that. They're on that Thailand island surrounded by all of those other sharks. Here's a hammerhead shark. Or here's another kind of shark. And all of these other fish and sea creatures all by themselves. And Celeste is weeping. Weeping means crying, because Celeste is trying to figure out, how are we going to get saved from here? After hours and hours spent on this little reef without even a drop of fresh water, they finally spy a ship passing quite near them. She's a big steamer with 3 funnels. Babar and Celeste call out and yell as loudly as they can, but no one hears them. They try signaling with their trunks and with their arms. Oh, will they be able to attract someone's attention? Here they are in their little reef. Here's the steamer with the 3 smokestacks. They have been seen. A lifeboat rescues them while the excited passengers look on. Here they are, heading back to the steamer. A week later, the huge ship steams slowly into a big harbor. Here's that big harbor. Look at that big harbor. All other steamships, and there's some sailboats, and there's cars and horse carriages and all sorts of other things there. And it's quite a busy little harbor, I would say. All the passengers go down the gangplank. Babar and Celeste, too, would like to follow, but they are not allowed to. They lost their crowns during the storm, and no one will believe that they are actually king and queen of the elephants. And the captain of the ship orders them locked up in the ship's stables. Here are the other people going down the gangplank. The gangplank is what you use to get off of a ship. They give us straw to sleep on, cries Babar angrily. We're fed hay as though we were donkeys. The door is locked. I've had enough of this. I'm going to smash everything. Be quiet, I beg you, says Celeste. I hear someone. It's the cabin. It's the captain coming into the stables. Let's be good so he'll let us out. Here they are. Babar's so angry, and Celeste is saying, shh, let's be good so that they'll let us out. Here are my elephants, says the captain to the famous animal trainer Fernando, who is with him. I cannot keep them on my ship. I give them to you for your circus. Fernando thanks the captain and leads away his 2 new pupils. Be patient, Babar, whispers Celeste. We will not remain long with the circus. We will get back to our native land again somehow to see Cornelius and little Arthur. Here's the captain. Here's Fernando. There's Arthur and Celeste. And here Fernando is taking them away from the ship. They're going to join. He's going to put them in his circus. Now, just at this time, back in the elephant's country, little Arthur had a mischievous idea. Little Arthur is always causing trouble. He's very mischievous. While Retaxas, the rhinoceros, was having a quiet siesta, that means a nap, Arthur tied a big firecracker to his tail without waking him. The firecracker explodes with a terrific bang, and Retaxas leaps into the air. Arthur the scamp laughs until he nearly chokes. It is really a mean trick. There's Arthur hiding And there's Retaxis with the firecrackers. Retaxis is furious. Cornelius, very worried, goes to find him and says, "My dear fellow, I am so sorry. Arthur will be severely punished. He begs for your forgiveness." "Get away, old Cornelius," grumbles Retaxis. "Don't speak to me of that scoundrel Arthur. You elephants have made fun of me, but just wait. You'll soon see." "What will he do?" wonders Cornelius. "I feel very uneasy. He is revengeful and mean. Ah, if only Babar were here." And there's Cornelius talking to Retaxis, and there's Arthur hiding behind Cornelius because he knows he caused some trouble. But Babar is now far away, playing the trumpet while Celeste dances in Fernando's circus. Look at them. What a strange, strange turn of events for someone who is the king and queen of the elephants. One day, the circus comes to the town where Babar, when he was young, had met his friend, the old lady. So at night, while Fernando is in bed, Babar and Celeste escape and go to find her, for he has never forgotten her. Here they are, escaping from the circus. Babar finds the house easily and rings the bell. The old lady awakes, puts on her wrapper, steps out on her balcony, and calls, "Who's there?" "It is Babar and Celeste," they answer her. Here's the old lady coming out on her balcony, and Babar and Celeste. She's got a nice house. The old lady is overjoyed. She has really believed that she would never see them again. Babar and Celeste are happy too, for they will never have to go back to the circus. Soon they will be able to rejoin Arthur and Cornelius. The old lady has promised to help them. Here they are. The old lady lends Celeste a nightgown and a pair of pajamas to Babar. They have just awakened after a sound sleep, and now they're having breakfast in bed, for they are quite tired after their long adventures. I'm not sure I have a bed that's big enough to fit an elephant. At the circus, their escape has been discovered. "Stop! Thief! My elephants have been stolen!" cries the excited Fernando. "Little ones, oh little ones, where are you hiding?" the clowns repeat, and they look everywhere. Babar and Celeste will not be caught again. Here they are on their way to the station with the little old lady. They need a few days' rest before returning to their own land, so the three of them are going to the mountains to enjoy the fresh air and to try a little skiing. When you come see me, when you're a little older, you can go skiing too. Here they are skiing. You see them? They're in the mountains. It says Hotel Suisse on top of that hotel, so I think this must be in Switzerland, in the Alps. Now Babar and Celeste have packed away their skis and said goodbye to the mountains. They're leaving by plane to return home. The old lady accompanies them. Babar has invited her as he's anxious to show her his beautiful country and the great forest where one always hears the birds singing. Here they are. They're packed up. They're in their winter clothes still, but they're getting into an airplane to go home. And here they are. They have landed. The aeroplane has gone, but Babar and Celeste are speechless with surprise. Where are Cornelius, Arthur, and the other elephants? A few broken trees? Is that all that's left of the great forest? There are no more flowers, no more birds. Babar and Celeste are very sad and weep as they see their ruined country. The old lady understands their grief. Broken trees, that's all there is. What's going on here? Inquires Babar, who has found the other elephants at last. Alas, replies Cornelius, the rhinoceroses have declared war on us. They came, led by Rataxis, who wanted to catch Arthur and make mincemeat of him. We tried bravely to protect the little fellow, but the rhinoceroses were too strong for us. We do not know how to drive them off. This is indeed bad news, says Babar, but let's not give up. But real war is not a joke, and many of the elephants have been wounded. Celeste and the old lady take care of them with great devotion. The old lady is especially good at this, as she used to be a trained nurse. Babar has gone back to the front with Cornelius and some of the soldiers who have recovered to join the elephant army. The rhinoceroses are preparing to attack. A big battle will soon begin. And here's a picture of when they found the rest of the elephants. So Arthur's saying, what's going on? And Cornelius is explaining. And Arthur is meeting the old lady. And then over here is a picture of Celeste and the nurse, the old lady, dressed as nurses, while they're taking care of all of the elephants that had been hurt in the war and helping them to get better. Here is the camp of the rhinoceroses. Right there. There's the camp of the rhinoceroses. The soldiers are awaiting orders and think we will once again defeat the elephants. Then the war will be over and we can all go home. Spiteful old Rataxis maliciously says to his friend General Parmier, ha ha ha! Pretty soon we will tweak the ears of this young King Babar and punish that rascal Arthur. And here's the camp of the elephants. They're painting on their bottoms. They have all found new courage, and now Babar has a bright idea. He disguises his biggest soldiers, painting their tails bright red, and near their tails on either side, he paints large, frightening eyes. Arthur sets to work making wigs. He works as hard as he can, so he'll be forgiven for causing all this trouble. See the red tails and the big eyes that they're painting on? And here's Arthur trying to make those wigs. The day of the battle, at just the right moment, the disguised elephants come out of hiding, and Babar's bright idea succeeds. The rhinoceroses think they are monsters, and, terrified, they retreat in great disorder. King Babar is a mighty fine general. Look at how they look with those wigs on. They do look like monsters, don't they? And oh, those rhinoceroses are terrified as they run away. The rhinoceroses have fled and are still running. Pamir and Rataxis are prisoners and hang their heads in shame. What a glorious day for the elephants. In chorus they all cry, "Bravo, Babar! Bravo! Victory! Victory! The war is over! How perfectly splendid! There's Taxis and Pamir in a cage. The next day, before all the elephants, Babar and Celeste, having put on their royal garments and their new crowns, reward the old lady who has been so good to them and has cared so well for the wounded. They give her 11 singing canaries and a cunning little monkey. Here they all dressed up as king and queen again, the old lady and the canaries and the monkey in front of all of the elephants. After the ceremony, Babar, Celeste, and the old lady sit and chat under the palm trees. "And what are you going to do next?" asks the old lady. "I'm going to try and rule my kingdom wisely," answers Babar. "And if you remain with us, you can help me make my subjects happy." He just wants to make his people happy. Well, his people, his elephants, that's what they mean by his subjects. The people in his kingdom, the elephants in his kingdom. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed that.